stream. My name is Joey, or Hopeless Forex, and it's Monday, June 5th. Not sure why I'm starting here. As per usual, you know where we start. We start on the news for the week. We have the Australian interest rate. Looks like it's going to stay steady today. That's the plan for 9:30 tonight. Some more Australian news tomorrow. GDP growth. Canadian bank news. Looks like it's going to stay steady again tonight. Wednesday. And some unemployment for the US dollar and employment for the Canadian. Okay. Lots of Australian, Canadian, and a smidge of US dollar news. Cool. Alright. And then let's get into the review of the trades. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Let's review some of the trades from last week. So this was a loss from last week, the AUDCHF. So we had this big bearish move, followed by a correction, continued bearish move. We had these multiple highs, this bit of a trend line here, was a bit of a trend line break and retest. Better entry probably would have been this guy over here at midnight, which is when I don't trade. So probably could have just used that single one, and then as price failed to make a new low and bounce off this bottom, sort of ignore the signal up here. So always trying to learn from losses, assuming there's something valuable to learn. Sometimes you just lose. AUDJPY, same thing, lots of bullish price action. Price had made consecutive highs, came down to this low after breaking the trend line, and then swept my stop loss. Unfortunately, had I gone 2-1, it would have worked out, but I was aiming for that. Oh wait, yeah, I was aiming for a 30 pip stop loss, and so a little too tight, ended up getting taken out. AUDUSD, very similar thing. We had this level of support here. Price had come down with this sort of slight trend line here. Price had come up, had rejected at this level, rejected at this level, and then ended up coming up and hitting the stop loss, and this come down, and is either looking to come down or retest at this level and continue higher. CADCHF, yeah, so CADCHF, and AUDJPY are the two pairs I jumped in. Probably were not the best ones. Probably should have jumped in the British pound yen pair, but that's just how she goes sometimes. So I ended up taking the L on this guy as well. And the only trade I'm in right now from last week that's a winner is this guy, GBPCHF. So entry. Yeah, we can see these consecutive lower lows, lower highs, equal lows down here, suggesting some sort of descending triangle pattern. Got in at 1.135. So put the stops above these more recent highs here and here, and is targeting the bottom of the range for a 3-1. So yeah. Those are all the trades from last week. Quite a few losses, unfortunately, and we're in this one trade right now. So let's start our analysis for the week. Oh, right. Another loss. US 30. Really bad loss. Shouldn't have taken this trade. Kind of regret it a little bit. The reason is, although the market structure here looks pretty good, you know, we do have these sort of lower highs and lower lows, so we are in this descending price action. We ended up coming up to this level, you know, everything's kind of looking peachy. The one big mistake for entering this trade was US 100 was up, and so was US 500. US 30 was just the oddity that was down. And so had they all three of them been down, US 30, like had they all been more bearish, US 30 probably would have been a better opportunity for a sell, but they weren't. And so that opportunity was sort of hopeful, as one might say. Anyways, let's get into the markets. Let's start with AUDCAD as we normally do. Again, we've got this descending price action. This top here, prices ended up rejecting at this level, broken through this lower trend line, rejected again at this sort of head and shoulder. So shoulder, head, shoulder, and it's coming back down. Could be looking for an opportunity at some point as price comes down, up and down, but for now not much on the 5-minute or the hourly. So we'll go to the next guy, AUDCHF. Ooh, spooky glow. No. There we go. AUDCHF, not seeing much on the hourly either. We have these sort of support levels down here as prices coming back up. We don't have any good trend line levels to draw in. 5 minutes, not looking that much different. Sort of some good bullish move to the top side and a bit of sideways price action, some consolidation. But we move on to AUDJPY. 5-minute, good price action up now. Prices breaking into these highs. We'll sort of see if price continues to break out or reject. Not much is matching onto the strategy right now, so we're just gonna leave it. AUDN on the 5-minute. Kind of continuing up in this ascending channel, and then on the hourly he's working towards these highs here at 1.093 and 1.094. Again, not really matching the market structure strategy that I have, so just gonna ignore him. AUDU, this is the loss from earlier where it broke through here. It's rejected up here, so whether it's going to come down, retest, and go up, possibility, or come down, break below this level, retest, and come further down. We'll see. CADCHF. Kind of tough to say, not much in the hourly. Some good bullish moves on the 5-minute. Gonna move right along. CADJPY. I could see myself getting into a sell. Up here at 105.5 where these 2 points merge. but that's a ways away, and that's assuming price kind of takes a little bit, meanders, and gets there as they converge closer to the end of the week. So that's more of a wait and see. 5 minute, not seeing much. CHJ, again, not seeing much on the hourly. Sorry, the 5 minute. On the hourly, we're still in this ascending channel. Probably we'll just wait for market structure to form. Euro AUD, we had this double top up here, rejecting and coming back down to this level of support. Price is broken through both of these trend lines. Let's just clear the chart. Redraw some good levels. Alright, let's give this a little bit of different perspective. Could be price ending up in this descending triangle, but for now we monitor. Check out the 5 minute. Good drop, sideways price action for the past couple hours. For the past day, sorry. The same thing, EURCAD. Sideways price action, rejection from these highs. Clear the charts. Let's see if we can see something a little better. Yeah, it doesn't work for the screen if I do that. Not seeing much, but move right along. USDCHF. Tough is price action is looking a little janky here. You know, it's not very fluid, not very smooth. Lots of different peaks and valleys. Looking more like a heart pulse or something. I think we're gonna move right along. Yeah, not seeing much on the 5 or hourly. This could look a lot better on the 5 minute. On the hourly, we have this bit of a correction as price continues to move higher. Five minutes. We have break of here. Suggests some good movement. If I were to trade this, I'd want to make sure I'm watching all the yen pairs to see if there's any significant levels, but for now, this could be some sort of decent move to the upside. We're just going to continue to monitor. EUROG, big breakdown. Price is coming back up. Could be looking to get into a sell at these levels depending on what price does. EURNZD, big move up. Not much here, lots of consolidation. So moving right along. EURUSD, big move down. Price had come up and then rejected at this level. We're just gonna let it settle. He did have this big move, so we're not totally sure that price is gonna continue down or up. So we're gonna let it just kind of see, settle. GBPAUD, huge rejection here at 191 at a pretty significant high. That could have been a good opportunity for a sell. Price typically doesn't break above that except for on extreme news. Looks like the British pound is just selling off pretty hard right now. It's pretty weak. That was GBPAUD, that was down. GBPCAD is down. EURGBP's up. Big rejections here. Price is just going straight down. Not much opportunity for market structure to form. So I'm gonna stay out. This is our GBPCHF trade, so we're just monitoring that one. GBP yen. This was the better opportunity for the yen pairs. Just quickly, let's look at the 15-minute. So unlike all the other yen pairs that were sort of creating double bottoms or lower highs, GBPJPY was the only one that created a higher high. And then as he came down into this level, he touched very well on the trend line at this level of support. So a good opportunity would have been a buy here. And this could have targeted a 3-to-1. I don't know. This could all be adjusted. It's just throwing it in there. But yeah, ended up going for the AUD and the CHF because they were the weakest. They were the first ones to drop. And they marked out those levels. So probably should have not traded the two weaker pairs. That's the thing about trading 26 Forex pairs. You can, you know, all the markets are super highly correlated. So, you know, there's, especially when you're trading like the yen pairs, which are like even more so correlated. It's easy to want to trade the pairs. How am I gonna phrase this? You have so much opportunity to trade different pairs, even though they're all doing the same thing. So like there's 6 yen pairs. You know, which one do you know to trade? Like if there's, let's just say GJ's setting up and they're all setting up because they're all bullish and they're all coming down to a level, and how do you know which one's the right one to trade? You don't, first of all. But 2, you probably want to look for the best market structure and you probably want to look for the best deal. And so the issue with the trade I took last week when I took losses on AUDJPY and CADCHF was that they were significantly weaker than GBPJPY, and they weren't forming up the stronger, the stronger price action. So the difference was, let's just say, for argument's sake, that they were winners, GBPJPY wouldn't have come down to this level. So it would have taken AUDJPY and CADCHF to fail when they made their levels for GBPJPY to come down to that level. That's not making any sense. That's okay. I know what I'm talking. I know what I mean. But as always, this is a learning channel. I don't have everything figured out. So I've got trade journals, so I'm uploading data into it. That's why I'm recording this. These are literally live journals for myself. Keep myself honest, accountable, trade my strategy. Don't deviate from trading my strategy, even if I take the wrong pairs for my strategy. That's okay. Anyways, let's move right along. Look at that price action. Just do. Alright, GN. We were looking to get into a sell here at 2.085 on these highs. We're not going to anymore. Even if price doesn't, if price bounces here as it continues higher, we can see this huge level of price action across the board here. That GBPNZD typically does not go above, or not above by much. Hence probably a decent good selling opportunity, but we're just going to ignore it for now. GBPU, also huge price action, and then clips and drop down. Not getting into this guy right now. Price action isn't setting up. We've broken so many levels to the upside, so many levels to the downside. We're just going to wait for price action to settle a bit. NZDCAD, just slowly, precipitously coming down. Kind of like the opposite of AUDNZD. AUDNZD's got this nice little ascending channel that's going up, whereas this guy's just got his descending channel going down. But he's getting to some pretty important levels of support, I think. Previous low here, low here. I know price went a lot lower, but yeah, we'll see. We'll monitor. Let's see, NZDCHF, not much here. Big price drop. Price is creating this little bit of a cup and handle, possibly to go to the upside. We're just gonna monitor. NZDJ. Similar, there's other yen pairs that are probably looking a lot better to trade than this guy, so we're gonna stay out. And you, break at this level, not much here. Price would have to come up into here and start filling this price action for me to be keen about getting a sell to the downside. USDCAD, big dump. USDCHF, oof. I think we were looking to get into a buy at one point. Yeah, back when price was up here last week, we were looking for price to come down, get into a buy here. Didn't happen. Prices just continued higher. We're still looking for a buy. We just don't know where yet. Maybe somewhere along here. If price can create a new high, break above here, and then come down, we could look for a buy there. UJ, he did end up rejecting and bouncing off this level. If price can create a new high and come back down, maybe we'll look to get into a buy on a higher low. But for now, we just monitor. US 30, this is the loss we took. US 100, creating these nice new highs. Same with the 500. And then going into gold's big drop yesterday after, I think, the jolts news on Friday, I think. Anyways, it doesn't look like the market's setting up anything today. Didn't really mark anything as a pink folder, which is how I normally mark things for wanting to get into. So not a whole lot today. I'm just gonna sign off, probably review my journal, review some trades for last month. If you don't do that, I highly suggest you do. Yeah, so the education for today is about correlations and trading correlations. So there's a lot of people that trade, let's just say there's a person that trades GBPJPY. There's a lot of people that trade GBPJPY. They don't trade AUDJPY or CADJPY. They don't trade UJ. They don't trade EJ. They don't trade Swiss J. They trade GBPJPY. And in one aspect, you're trading it as if you're trading the yen. Like you're not trading it specifically as if it's its own currency. You are marking up your levels and trading it as if it's the only yen currency. And a lot of levels, there's fault with that because it moves as a yen. It moves, like, yes, there will be British pound news that can affect it, but for the most part, it moves more similarly to the other yen pairs than it does to the British pound pairs. And so when you're trading it by itself, you're kind of missing out on the correlated data that the other ones can offer. And by that, I mean, if it's kind of going sideways, or even if it's going up, but it's got some interesting market structure, and you're just like, oh, based on the market structure I see, I think it's a sell. And then I look to all the yen pairs and I see that every single one of them is bullish that day, and the JPY basket is weak, which would suggest that GBPJPY is going to go up. I'd be like, that doesn't make, like, if you just knew that the other yen pairs, or you just even briefly followed them or looked at the basket, you would know that, like, yeah, your sell could work out, but it's not likely. Like, the pair is just too bullish today for it to work out, unless of course it's a longer time frame trade, which it might be. But if you're looking for like 15-minute, 5-minute scalps, maybe even hourly scalps, and you're like, oh, this is going up for sure, going down for sure, but you don't look at the other yen pairs to see, you know, is there confluence there? Are they all going up? Are they all going down? Then you're kind of missing your mark. And so that's one of the advantages of trading multiple of the same pairs. And then of course the disadvantage was what happened to me last week, was how do you know which one to pick? You know, a couple weeks ago I ended up taking a trade on CADJPY and UJ, and both of them worked out. So I took a trade down here, May 4th, ended up getting a 2-to-1. Took a trade back here, May 4th, ended up getting a 2-to-1. These easily could have been 5-to-1, 6-to-1. I think UJ could have been a 10-to-1 trade. I don't trade that way. I don't aim for those huge ones. Although I am starting to check out my data and realize I should be aiming at least for a 3-to-1, but that's education for another day. Yeah, but anyways, so on this one I got it correct. What it would have been like had I traded CJ on, was it May 4th? That looks like that probably would have hit some sort of stop loss. KJ on May 4th, he might not have hit a stop loss, but there's no real market structure around this level that's a good entry. EJ, May 4th, again, probably would have hit, I don't know if he would have hit his full take profit, might have hit partial take profits before hitting stop loss and then continuing on. And then GJ, I don't have a GJ down there. GJ May 4th, again, might have hit full take profit, might have hit partial take profit, come down before continuing on. So it's kind of, it's tough, because like it's how do you know which one to trade? And so there you rely on the correlations of the other data. So for example, I took the CADJPY and USDJPY trade. I'm pretty sure I probably also checked what their correlations look like. So I looked at, you know, how the Canadian pairs are doing, how the American pairs are doing. Oh, they seem, the Dixie seems like it's going up, so that's good news for the UJ. So maybe that'll be a good incentive. And then the US dollar and Canadian dollar are pretty correlated. They're each other's biggest trade partners. So in one sense, these correlations can go super deep, because you can just be starting to correlate everything with everything. So you have to cut it off at some point. But in another sense, they do provide valuable information and confluence. So anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully these explanations get better and better the more I do them, because I'm pretty sure they're pretty shit right now. But good luck trading today, and may you be blessed with profits. Peace.